Well, we just saw a fifth bus show up here at Bergen Meadow Elementary School. Again, doing what they've been doing really all afternoon, dropping off some of those students at the elementary school while parents wait to reunite with them. We've been talking about that line really for the past more than an hour now, how it continuously grows. So these are parents who are reuniting with their students who were over at Evergreen High School. There's a different center where parents are reuniting with their students who were at the middle school. So we've spoken with at least one mom. Her name was Shannon, and her young son, Brenner. They reunited. He's a student over at the elementary school, and he kind of ran us through what he heard. He said there was a lockdown, and then eventually he was brought to this area where his mom, Shannon, picked him up, both visibly shaken, as you can probably imagine, very anxious. That's how Brenner described his feelings at the moment. His mom fighting back tears, you guys. She was really glad that she was able to reunite with her little one, but also just stressed out about this entire situation. We've seen Jefferson County Sheriff's officers and deputies rather show up here to the elementary school. They have this area pretty blocked off, so this is as far as we can go, but you continue to see that line growing. And I mentioned that young boy that we spoke to, Brenner. I also mentioned his mom, Shannon. There are some of the few that have come out so far that have been reunited. Take a listen to a little bit of what they had to tell me.
I was scared and I felt like sick. There was a message over the intercom, and they basically just said that they were going into lockdown. I was in the nurse's office right before it happened, so I heard the walkie-talkies before too.
It's really scary. We got here as soon as we could, and the staff was amazing at letting me in and getting me to him, and then they told me they could let me in, they couldn't let me leave because he was in the nurse's office. So I just stayed for a while with him. And it's devastating to see these teachers, their broken hearts. They're doing the best they can.
And Shannon also telling me that her dad was a first responder for Columbine, so you can only imagine how she was feeling. Ultimately she said that she was one of the lucky ones. She was able to grab her little boy, and they were quickly able to go home. He was homeschooled before this, so this was actually his first year over at Evergreen Middle School. You could see her visibly shaken in that interview that she so kindly did with us, speaking with us about how she felt in this really, really scary moment. But still so many parents behind me. An hour ago, I told you maybe 100 of them. Now it's looking more like 200 of them waiting to reunite with their high school students. We've seen 5 buses show up here at Bergen Meadow Elementary School so far. But like you guys saw in Colette's live shot, another bus leaving the school there, likely going to be showing up here any moment. And we're still waiting for some of those reunifications to really start happening.
All right, Veronica Acosta reporting live. Veronica, thank you for your reporting. And just to get back to Veronica saying she spoke with Brenner and Shannon, you could see the fear on Brenner's face, and you could see just the heartbreak in Shannon's eyes. This is just, it's beyond heartbreaking. I don't even have a word for it. It's unfair. It's awful. I just, I want to thank Brenner and Shannon for being willing to share that with Veronica, because I know as journalists, oftentimes we talk to people on the worst days of their lives, and it is incredibly brave to let us in a little bit and share what they're feeling and share what they experienced. And so that was a very brave thing for Brenner and Shannon to share with our Veronica Acosta, and I'm grateful that they did, because it really helps to bring it home how awful this situation is in terms of what happened at Evergreen High School today.
It is just plain to see in their faces and in this, just how they sounded, the pain and the fear there at Evergreen Middle School, which is just down the road, and going through all this situation here at the high school, and something else that they brought up, that Shannon brought up there at the end. It's not only the students and the parents, it's also the staff and the teachers at these schools involved in the response to this, and of course at Evergreen High School. It's just absolutely gut-wrenching for the staff that cares for these students, that is entrusted with their care, and to have something like this happen is just brutal.
And I do want to reiterate, while we are really grateful to see all the reunifications happening, we do know that 3 students are in critical condition right now, and we don't know if all of their families have been notified, but our